And more breaking news coming in. Army sources are telling headlines today that 2,000 terrorists are reportedly waiting to infiltrate inside Indian territory. Around 20 terror camps have reportedly been primed and are ready to attack. This is the big terror push from Pakistan before winter sets in. The infiltrators are expected to revive attacks in the valley before elections. Sources claim the Pak army is engaging with Indian forces to allow infiltrators to slip in. The militants, who are reportedly waiting for a go-ahead, are trained for sustained mountain combat. For more, let's get a word from our Deputy Editor Shiv Arur, who's with us live this morning. Shiv, a huge infiltration attempt by Pakistan. This is something that takes place every year before the onset of winters.
Well, this is an assessment that's been on for a while now, and it's been updated and conveyed by the army to the government leadership. About 2,000, at least 2,000 fully primed, armed, trained terrorists waiting to be infiltrated into the Kashmir Valley at this time from several different locations, including Uri, including Kupwara, and of course also Poonch, from where most of the infiltrations have been happening. Now 2,000 terrorists across 20 training camps that are completely primed at this time. Obviously, totally safe to say that the Pakistan army, is aiding the logistical part, the tactical part of these infiltrations, because these infiltrations cannot happen without Pakistan army support, which is why you see many of these ceasefire violations actually happening. It is to provide cover fire to infiltrations happening in other areas. So the border alertness has been completely stepped up. More border patrols by the Indian army will be put in place as well.
Right, and Shiv, how is the army planning to tackle with such large number of militants? Infiltration attempts are common, but not at such a large scale.
Well, it's a wave of infiltration that, to be very fair, is usually expected at this time of year. October, November, the last stretch of time that, the terror camps in POK actually have before the winter months set in, where infiltration does continue, but it's exponentially more difficult to actually push terrorists across the line of control fence, when they're completely snowed over. In the past, tunnels have been located in several parts, but the simple fact of the matter is, Pakistan knows it, the Pakistan army knows it, the terrorists and the terror groups know it, that they've got to make the most of sending as many terrorists into the Kashmir Valley before the winter months set in, coupled with the fact that elections are due in Jammu and Kashmir, even though the dates are not out yet. So there's lots to do for these terrorists. They've got to get into the Kashmir Valley, they've got to replenish the logistical and lethal supplies of their colleagues who are already in the Kashmir Valley. They've got to get hit the ground running, get cracking on other plots and targets that they can do, including kidnapping of high-profile targets within the Kashmir Valley itself. So there's a great amount of work to do for these terrorists, but not enough people in the valley to do it. So a sort of wave of infiltrations is definitely something that the army is expecting over the next 6 to 7 weeks before winter sets in proper.
Shiv, thanks so much for that update.